皆さんおはようございます。Thank you for joining me today. This is the Japanese Easy News article for December 11th, 2025, 2025年12月の11日の今日の記事でございます。So for today, our title is 青森県地震でタワーが壊れる。近くの人たちが避難。So 青森県。This is Aomori Prefecture. So in Aomori Prefecture, 地震で, so 地震 earthquake, and then で, this can be due to the earthquake. So due to the earthquake, タワーが壊れる. So タワー is a tower, が it's doing something, and 壊れる is broken or non-functional, or there's some part on it that's just not the way it should be. 壊れる. Then 近くの人たちが避難. So 近く is nearby. If we want to connect that to a noun, with 人 we use の. So 近くの人. And then 人たち makes plural. So 人 is person. 人たち is a specified plural. So people nearby. 近くの人たちが避難. So 避難 is to evacuate. So in Aomori Prefecture, a tower broke due to the earthquake. And the people nearby, people that lived nearby in context, が避難. So they evacuated. Okay, here is our vocabulary list from the article. We have 地震. Some of these will be the same as some of the previous few articles. The earthquake's kind of been in the news a lot. So we have 地震 again. We have タワー is a tower. 壊れる is for something to break down, to fall apart, that kind of thing. And then we have 避難 or 避難する is evacuation or to evacuate, like to a safe place. 避難する. 気象庁 is the Japan Meteorological Agency. And we have 逃げる is to run away or to flee, can also be to evacuate, basically running to get away from something. And we have ビル, which is a building, not to be confused with ビール. So if you're talking about beer, make sure that's a long E. ビル. This is ビル, just a building. We have 柱 is a pillar, a post, or a column, kind of like in architecture. A pillar, something that holds something else up, would be a 柱. 直す is to fix or to repair something. 工事 is construction, and 準備する is to prepare.
今月8日、青森県などで大きい地震がありました。気象庁は、地震の後に起こる大きい地震に気をつけてほしいと、後発地震注意情報を出しています。逃げるときに持っていくものなどを準備してほしいと言っています。青森県八戸市でビルの上にあるタワーが壊れているのが見つかりました。ビルは NTT のもので高さが30メートルぐらいです。その上に高さが70メートルぐらいのタワーがあります。タワーは柱が4本あります。その中の1本が壊れていました。八戸市は今日、ビルの近くに住んでいる48の家に避難するように言いました。タワーを直す工事は3週間ぐらいかかりそうです。
Okay, let's get right into our article. It's a little bit of a bigger one today, so we'll see how quickly we can get through it.
今月8日、青森県などで大きい地震がありました。
Okay, so 今月8日. 今月 is this month, and 8日 is on the 8th. So on the 8th of this month, 青森県などで So 青森県、青森 prefecture. などで, so など tells us and other places around it or like it. And then で. So in 青森 prefecture and places surrounding it, 大きい地震がありました. So 大きい, a large 地震, earthquake がありました, がある. So it existed or it happened. So on the 8th of this month, and we are in December, so on December 8th, a large earthquake happened in Aomori Prefecture and the surrounding areas.
気象庁は地震の後に起こる大きい地震に気をつけてほしいと後発地震注意情報を出しています。
Okay, so 気象庁は so 気象庁 is the Japan Meteorological Agency, the weather and natural disaster people. And then they are our main topic here with the は地震の後に so 地震 earthquake の後 afterwards, and we use that particle に to tell our time period. So 地震の後に起こる so 起こる is to happen or occur. Then we have 大きい地震 again. So all of this describes our large earthquake 大きい地震. And these are large earthquakes that happen after an earthquake. So 地震の後に起こる大きい地震に気をつけてほしい. So if you are unfamiliar with the te form 欲しい, we talked about it in our last article, but that means want someone to do a verb. And 気をつける is to be careful or to take care of, be cautious of. So here we have に気をつけてほしい. So they want people to be careful of large earthquakes that will happen after an earthquake. と So this is in the manner, so they want you to do it, and therefore they have put out, I guess we'll just kind of jump to 出しています. So 出す is to put out. You can use information or warnings or all sorts of things. Here, this is a warning information. So 後発地震注意情報. This one's hard for me to say. 後発地震注意情報. I want to say 注意情報, but 注意情報. And we talked about this yesterday, so I won't break this down, but basically 後発 subsequent or things that happen after the fact. 地震 earthquake, 注意 warning, and 情報 information. So information, warning information about earthquakes that will happen after an earthquake. So 後発地震注意情報を出しています. So they have put out this warning telling people they want them to be careful of large earthquakes that might happen after the earthquake.
逃げるときに持っていくものなどを準備してほしいと言っています。
Okay, you'll notice we have a verb here with no subject. That normally means it's a subject that was mentioned in a previous sentence, so we're still talking about the Japan Meteorological Agency, and they are telling us this と言っています. And then 逃げるときに so 逃げる is to run away, to flee, to evacuate. So when you evacuate, 時 being time or when. So 逃げるときに持っていくもの. So もの is things or stuff. That's going to be like physical things for the most part. And then 持っていく is to bring something. You hold it and you go. So we have the verb 持つ the te form. 持っていく. And so you hold it and go. And then など. So, and things like it. を so that is our object here. We're going to do something to this. So 逃げるときに持っていくもの. The things you will bring when you evacuate. を準備してほしい. So 準備する is in our vocab. 準備する is to prepare. And then we have this in the てほしい. So they would like you to prepare the things you will bring when evacuating. And other stuff like it. と言っています. So the と is like our quote. This is kind of what they're telling us. Right? They want us to do this stuff.
青森県八戸市でビルの上にあるタワーが壊れているのが見つかりました。
Okay. 青森県八戸市で、so, 青森県、青森 prefecture, 八戸市, 八戸 city, there, where we are doing this, ビルの上にある. So, ビル is the building, ビルの上, on top of the building, and then にある, something will exist on top of the building. And what is it that exists on top of the building? A tower. So, ビルの上にある tower, a tower that exists on top of the building. が that tower is 壊れている. So, 壊れる is to become broken. And then we have this in the ている form. So, it's currently doing this. The tower is broken. のが見つかりました. So, 見つかる is a verb. In order to verb another verb, most of the time we have to turn that into a noun. So that's what we're doing with this no. If you want to verb, you turn it into a noun. And then 壊れているのが見つかりました. So 見つかる is for something to be found. So it was discovered or found that the tower on top of the building was destroyed or broken in 青森 prefecture, 八戸 city.
ビルは NTT のもので、高さが30メートルぐらいです。
ビルは NTT のもので、Okay, so ビル the building は NTT のもので. So もの once again is a thing. If you want to say it's owned by someone, you can say blank no ものです. That means it is something of that thing. So here NTT のもので. The building is owned by NTT, a very famous and large Japanese company. ビルは NTT のもので. And then this de is like the te form of des. So if there's something else coming after it, we can use de instead of just des. Des ends the sentence here. De lets us continue. So the building is NTT's, or it's owned by NTT, and 高さが. So 高さ is the height of the building. 高さが30メートルぐらいです. So 30メートル is 30 meters. ぐらい is about. So the building belongs to NTT, and the height of the building is about 30 meters tall.
その上に高さが70メートルぐらいのタワーがあります。
Okay, その上に. So remember when we talk about その, a lot of times we are referring to something that happened in our previous sentence. So this その connects us to ビル here. その上, on top of that. So on top of that would be on top of the building. その上に, on top of that building. 高さが, so 高さ once again, height. 高さが70メートルぐらいのタワー. So we have a tower again, and all of this describes the tower. So 高さが70メートルぐらいのタワー. So the height, or a tower that has a height of around 70 meters tall, があります. So there exists a tower. So on top of this building, there is a tower that has a height of about 70 meters. So more than 2 times taller, the building.
タワーは柱が4本あります。
Okay, タワーは, so the tower, it's our main topic with the particle は. 柱が, so columns or pillars, 4本あります. So 4本. A pillar or a column is a long cylindrical object, so we use the counter 本 or 本. So 4本あります. The tower has 4 pillars, or 4 pillars exist on the tower, right?
その中の1本が壊れていました。
Yeah. So once again, we have a その. So その中, from among those, which we are talking about the columns or pillars. So, from among those pillars, その中の一本. So, 一本 is a single one. Same counter of 本. When we attach it to one, it goes to 一本が壊れていました. So, from among those, one of those pillars was broken. So, once again, 壊れる in the past tense ている. So, one of those pillars it was found was broken.
八戸市は今日、ビルの近くに住んでいる48の家に避難するように言いました。
Okay, 八戸市は so 八戸 city, it's our main topic here. 11日 or 今日 today, ビルの近くに住んでいる48の家に So ビルの近く would be near the building. ビルの近くに we're doing something near the building, and that's going to be 住んでいる. So 住む is to live or to dwell or to reside. And in the ている form, so 住んでいる. 41の家 or 48の家に. So 家 is house, 48 homes. So 48の家, 48 homes. And what describes those 48 homes? 48 homes of people that live near the building. Yeah, and in Japanese, you'll notice there is no mention of people here. Ie, you could think of as like the homes and the people that live in them, right? So, in the 48 houses of people that live near the building, they were told, 言いました, to 避難する, so to evacuate. And if you tell someone to do something, you can use the verb ように言う or ように言いました. So, the Hachinohe city told on the 11th, or today, told the people that live in the 48 houses near the building to evacuate. And ように言っています can kind of imply that it's a strong recommendation. You really should do this.
タワーを直す工事は3週間ぐらいかかりそうです。
Okay. タワーを直す工事は、タワー、the tower, を our object, 直す to fix, and 工事 construction. So our construction for fixing the tower. タワーを直す工事は3週間 3 weeks ぐらい around, and かかりそうです. So かかる is for something to take. You can use that for money or time. So you could say 30ドルぐらいかかります. Takes around $30. It costs around $30. Or here we have 3週間ぐらいかかります. So it takes or will take around 3 weeks. And we have かかる to take connected to そうです here. So it seems like, or I hear, they're saying that it will take around 3 weeks. And what will take around 3 weeks? The construction for fixing the tower. So the construction for fixing the tower, it seems like it will take around 3 weeks. All right, cool. Thank you. That is our article for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you like these articles, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified. We do these every weekday. Sometimes I'll miss a day or two, but I try to make up for it. And I will plan on seeing you tomorrow. また明日.